Protecting your garden during a hurricane is not that hard. There's a couple things you can do. I just want to make this quick video for everybody that is in the path of Isaias, however you say it, Isaias. Getting your garden ready. We want to protect it. As you know, hurricanes are terrible, especially if you've lived in the path of them before. I've been doing these things for many years. And one thing we can do is tie down your tomato cages. Not the actual tomatoes, but if you cage them, tie those down to the ground, like anchor them down into the soil. That will help with the winds blowing, because the tomato is not strong enough to hold against it, but the cage will help to brace it during the hurricane. And as far as other plants go, anything that's low to the ground isn't that big of an issue. It's all the taller stuff, because it's more susceptible to the wind. If you have containers, move them up against your house. You know, hurricanes usually blow from the northeast. That's where the wind usually comes from. So try and put them up against your house so that it's blocking that direction. And that will help them, you know, just stay protected from it. And, you know, I mean, I've had an okra one year that made it through 130-mile-an-hour winds. And then I had another one that laid down, but still gave okra when it was laying flat. So it's not the end of the garden. And I don't think this is going to be particularly bad wind event, but you never know. And as far as the rain though, so rain is an issue, especially if you have fruit. So what I do is I go out and harvest everything I could now, especially like your tomatoes and watermelons, anything like that that can split with a hard rain, because they will split. So that's one good option too, is just go ahead and pull it off, because not only will it protect it from splitting, but it'll also stop it from giving that extra weight so the wind can go through the plant a little bit better and not block it and create such a big wind block to push that plant around. And after the hurricane, the trick is to come out and give it a light watering over the top, because hurricanes typically drop a saltier water on your plants. So it's important that we go ahead and we get out there and we just give it a light watering of fresh water. Don't have to water the roots necessarily, but you want to just kind of get it off the leaves so it doesn't burn them. I've done a lot of things in the past, you know. I've used pantyhose, and I've been out in the hurricanes with nails, hammering them into the side of my raised beds to get to wrap stuff around to keep them from falling over and all that. You can always cover them, but I mean, it's a futile effort really, especially if you're covering something tall. Then the wind's just going to catch it and probably make it even worse. So it's just the nature of where we live. I'm going to tag everybody I can think of that I follow that is in the path of this hurricane, or maybe any other kind of hurricane. And if you guys would share it, because I mean, I love you guys. I care about you and your gardens, and I just want you guys, I don't want all of the work that you've done so far, which you guys have been doing great work, to go to waste. You know, it's a shame this early in the season that there's kind of this threat, but that's the nature of the beast. That's where we live. And otherwise, you guys stay safe. Get out there, get your gardens tied down, stake down everything, move your potted plants up against the walls. And, you know, anything else you can think of, let me know. I'll share it around, and we can just make sure that everybody's gardens stay good. So stay safe, and we'll see you on the flip side.